Martin, Paralympic Games coming up. I can already see the smile on your face. I think I can probably guess how you're feeling right now, but try tell me how it feels to know you're going to Paralympics.
So tough, like to put it into words, it's something that I've worked half my life for just to get to this point, and yeah, it kind of comes in waves, it hits you really hard, you're like, my goodness, I'm going to the biggest sporting event in the world, and then it sort of dies down a little bit and you're like, it's just another table tennis event, relax, and then you watch the Olympics, you're like, oh my goodness, you're at the biggest event in the world, and then it sort of comes and goes. But yeah, I'm just so proud, so happy to finally get to my first games, and I just can't wait to get out there.
What's preparation been like in the lead up to this? Has it been different to previous events that you've done?
It's been much the same. At the end of the day, we're practicing for a table tennis tournament. It just so happens to be the pinnacle of Paralympic sport. So, recently we were out in Slovenia. We had a 10-day camp out there with countries from all over the world, really working hard, putting the effort in together to push each other on. Now that we're back here in Sheffield at the National Centre, we've got time just to work on specifics for each individual athlete, which is great because we're so close to the games. Like, we're not going to make an incredible amount of development. It's just more about, can we knuckle down, get the specifics worked on for each athlete, because obviously we all play incredibly different styles and with different rubbers and stuff, so everyone's game's different. So we're just here at the moment working on a few little things and making sure that we're fit and healthy to get over the line, get on the Eurostar next week and go and enjoy it.
And whilst this is your first Paralympic Games, you've played at some of the biggest other stages in the world before. What experience will you draw on to bring into Paris?
I think, looking back to the World Championships in 2022, that was my first experience of when the Games became a show. It was a spectacle. We had massive show courts, pyrotechnics, announcing each athlete. I remember walking out when my name got announced. I turned around and there was like a 50-foot picture of me on a screen, like announcing me. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And that was the first time I'd experienced anything like that. And then obviously European Championships we had in 2023 here in Sheffield was an amazing experience because again we had the big show courts. It felt like a spectacle. We had somewhat of a crowd, which was really nice. I felt the energy of it. I was really feeling good on the table because I had that feedback every time I won a point. Everyone's cheering and celebrating, and it was just an amazing feeling. So now, to combine that, it's going to be on the biggest stage of them all. Everything's going to be a spectacle. We're going to have thousands of people there. We're already getting updates that events are sold out. So if you've not got tickets, get them now. But it's just going to be such an amazing experience, and I think it might suit my game. I play with a lot of emotion on the table, and I like to express myself, and yeah, I think I can only go out there and do my best, and whatever happens, but I just want to enjoy the whole experience. It's something that I've worked so hard to get to, and yeah, it's just going to be amazing.
And so what are some of your expectations for both the singles and the doubles? I will be playing with Will, obviously, definitely not his first Paralympic Games. So will he be able to help you in the doubles? What do you feel you could achieve? And then sort of likewise in the singles, what do you hope that you could get out of it?
Yeah, I think obviously, we start the competition with the doubles, which is great because, as you said, I've got Will Bailey there, my partner next to me, he's won it all. He's table tennis, he's completed it. So it's going to be a great experience playing alongside him, and he's obviously going to fight for every single ball just like I am. So I think, especially with this straight knockout system, anything can happen. Obviously we're there with one goal in mind, and that is to medal, but it's going to be so difficult because there's so many top teams, and yeah, especially with this knockout system, if you don't get going from the word go, then it can be incredibly difficult. But I definitely think we're going to have chances. It's just one of those things that it's going to be my first time at Games, and I just want to enjoy the experience, and it's much of a similar position for singles. I'm seeded inside the top 8, which is great, which means I'm protected from the first round from playing anyone else in the top 8, but that doesn't mean I get an easy match first round. It's something that, there isn't going to be no easy matches, and we're just going to have to prepare as best we can. But I want to go enjoy the experience, soak in the atmosphere, and I think that will allow me to play as freely as possible. If I go without any expectation and just enjoy the moment, enjoy the Paralympic experience, and just play freely, play with my heart on my sleeve, and hopefully do the country proud.
And sort of aside from table tennis, it's been a huge year for you anyway. I believe you've sort of had a new arrival, the baby girl. Is that an added motivation for you? I'm sure it must be.
Yeah, Byra's just the best ever, and especially in this last week actually she started clapping, which is just so much fun. We're trying to teach her how to clap for the games, and she started saying dada as well, so every time she does that, I'm like, oh, it's amazing. Like I feel so much joy, you know, and she's great fun. Like it's hard work, of course it is. Like as all parents know, like it's tough, but yeah, it's amazing, and obviously it has been difficult because, as you mentioned, like a few days after she was born, I had to get back to the table because I had the US Open very, very shortly after she was born. So, and that was all in a bid to qualify, and you know I've sacrificed a lot of time with my daughter and my wife, of course, as well. But obviously our priority now is our daughter, and I've sacrificed so much time just trying to qualify, and now I'm off to France for 3 weeks, and I'm going to miss more of her there as well. So I'm hoping to get as much time with her as I possibly can in Paris, because she's coming out, and I know she won't remember it, but it's memories that me and Siobhan will have for the rest of her life, and we'll be able to look back when she's older and show the photos and the videos, and hopefully some silverware would be nice as well to have for her. But yeah, she definitely provides a lot of motivation, and you know sometimes that motivation is just to get to another competition so I can get a good night's sleep. But yeah, she's awesome, and I can't wait to share that moment of like the highlight of my career with my wife and my daughter and my family there. It's going to be the best thing ever.
And so we've got two final questions. Sort of one, like you touched on a bit there. Do you have anyone else, sort of any other family or loved ones that are coming out to support you in Paris?
Yes, obviously my wife Siobhan and daughter Byra. Siobhan's parents Andy and Jacqueline, they're coming out. My own dad's coming out. Half a Drumchapel table tennis is coming out, which is incredible, and a few close friends and their sort of family members are coming out, because it's the closest I'm ever going to have to a home Paralympic Games. So for it to be as close as Paris is, it's amazing. I just feel so privileged that my friends and loved ones are spending their hard-earned money to come and watch me play table tennis at the biggest stage in the world, and that fills me with so much joy and pride, because you know they could spend that on a holiday for their family or put it towards their mortgage, and instead they're spending money to come and watch me and my teammates play, and like I just want to reward them by playing the best that I possibly can. And yeah, what an experience that's going to be, playing in front of the people that have sacrificed just as much as I have to get me to this position.
Yeah, and I'm sure it will be a lot louder, because Paris is a lot easier to get to than LA and Brisbane, that's for sure. But the final question I have, everyone knows how much this sport means to you, and so if you sort of travel back in time, sort of 15 or so years, what would you tell your 16-year-old self about your table tennis career to date and the fact that you're going to the Paralympics?
I think I'd leave it a bit mystic. I think if I could go back in time and meet my 16-year-old self, I'd be like, you're not going to believe what's coming your way. Yeah, I remember watching London 2012 in person. I was there when Will, as part of the team with Aaron McKibben and Ross Wilson, they actually won their bronze medal the day that I was there, and now 12 years later I'm playing doubles with Will at the Paralympic Games. That's incredible. So yeah, I think if I was to go back in time, I'd definitely just keep it a bit cryptic and just be like, you're in for some ride, because this is, yeah, it's been some journey.